Hey everyone, it's Jessica and I'm back with another plan with me. And this plan with me will be for the first week in October. And the kit I wanted to use is this gorgeous kit by Paper Blush Bar. So it is her, I don't know if she actually calls it the Hello Fall kit, but I know it is still up in the shop and she is planning on doing a restock, I believe on Fridays. But there are some pretty foiled full boxes there. The full heart checklist, as a note, her kits only have 6 of the full heart checklist, and then the last 2 are actually notes, which I'm fine with for the most part. And then this is the headers and date covers and some of the little flag checklists, the bottom washi strips, and let's see, oh, this is a weekly bar. Okay. And then this is the functional sheet with the half boxes, the habit trackers, a couple of these like functional icons. So yeah, I'm excited to get started. This is my first time using a Paper Blush Bar kit, so we'll see how it goes. I do always try to get her kits in her premium matte paper. That's just always been my favorite when I can get it. And I mean, her glossy paper is really great as well. I do have a couple sheets in glossy and I think a kit or 2 in glossy as well, and those are great as well, but my preference is always premium matte if a shop offers it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the bottom washi. I kind of looked through my collection and I don't have any that would go with this kit perfectly, so I figured I may as well just use the bottom washi that's provided. Yeah. So that is the bottom washi down. I think this one is a tad long and that might actually end up bothering me, so I might trim it down just a little bit. But we will start with that. And then I fell a little bit behind on planning this week, so I might do this week just a little bit differently. I think I'm gonna do almost like plan as I go sort of style this week. But first I'm probably gonna save the Hello Fall for the sidebar here. Although I'm not a huge fan of this one, so let's see. Actually, I might be able to use this. I'm gonna go in with the date covers, and I didn't pull out any of the little dates, but I have some here from my newest addiction that I think will work. So right here in gold foil as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get those down across all of the days there. Okay, so that is all the date covers down. Now Paper Blush Bar does have little page flags that you could theoretically use to cover up the page flags at the top of the Erin Condren, but I thought the orange actually went pretty well with this kit, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. Now to try to figure out what I want to do, I'm going to basically be almost planning as I go. I'm gonna try that. So I'm kind of winging it. It's not my usual, like where I do the checklist on top and then the full boxes in the bottom. So I'm kind of not used to this, but let's see. I think I'll start with the today header for Monday. So part of the reason I am so late on planning out this week is because I was back home at my parents' house last week because my relatives were visiting, and I mean, they're here from Australia, so I hadn't seen them in a couple years now. I think I haven't seen them in probably about 6 or 7 years, because usually our families only get to meet up when we both go to China. It's just such a long flight. So I'm going to use one of these little flight stickers from Rose Shadow Collection. It's her little icon sheet. She has those in several different colors. And I'm trying to decide which little quarter box to use. Maybe I'll use this one for a little bit more contrast, since there's a lot of pink going on in that first part of the day. But anyway, so they were visiting Chicago for a few days. They came over and they hit up a couple different cities. So they did New York for a few days, and then they came over to Chicago, and then they flew out to DC that morning. So I'm just marking down that my mom and I dropped them off at the airport. And then after that, my mom and I did a little bit of shopping. So I'm going to pull out my little Fox and Pip girl. She has these little, I think she calls them her gal pal sheet. Yeah, and it just reminds me a lot of my mom, because the one girl has like shorter hair, which is basically what my mom does, and then I basically have an outfit that's really similar to the one this little girl is wearing, where I have like a little army green vest. So anyway, my mom and I did a little bit of shopping that day, so I'll go ahead and mark that down. I've always struggled with this plan as I go style, just because I like structure. That's kind of, I don't know, like I've just always liked having my days very structured. So this is a little difficult for me. But anyway, as I was saying, so it was really nice having them here. And I think after DC, they're gonna hit up Boston really quick just to visit some of their grad school friends. So yeah, it was really nice having them here, and now I really, really want to visit Australia. Let's see what I want to put down. So that my mom and I did a few errands after dropping them off. We took a little trip to IKEA, and I finally picked up the IKEA, like the Alex 9 drawer. I've been wanting that for a while. Like I wanted it back when all the beauty YouTubers had it. I don't know if I want so many of these boxes. I do notice that, I think the shop owner's name is Nora, but Paper Blush Bar offers the rounded corners as well as the square corner half boxes. So I think that's nice that she gives you an option. I know some people prefer one over the other. But anyway, after that, we just spent some quality time together, had some lunch, and then I was meant to go home after. I started to drive, we like packed up the car and I started driving after lunch, and then ran into some car trouble, which was just so annoying. Oh my gosh, I was freaking out that day. Maybe I'll work my way backwards. So I'm gonna use maybe this to mark the long drive home, and then I wanna find a little sticker to mark that I was just really happy to finally be home. It was ridiculous. I was about ready to cry. It was bad. Oh, and Monday was a payday too, so I do want to mark that. But yeah, I was about to cry because basically what happened was my uncle had taken a look at the hood of my car, or under the hood of my car, and I guess I didn't pull out any stickers. And he just wanted to make sure like all my fluids were in check. Which is a good thing he did, because it turned out my coolant was running really low. So I'm really glad he checked that, because I mean, I'm just not someone, I've never learned anything about how to maintain a car, which I really should. And I have no idea. I didn't even know how to pop the hood of my car. But yeah, so I should really learn. But what happened was, I think he didn't close it quite hard enough, so that when I started driving, and then when I started getting up to kind of the highway, sorry you guys can't see what I'm doing down here, but I put down a little girl from a Pumpkin Paper Co. This is her winter sampler that I picked up recently, and I just put that little girl wrapped up in a little blanket, because that's basically how I felt. I was just so happy to be home and to see my little kitty and my chinchilla. I was just so happy to be back. But yeah, so anyway, he didn't quite close the hood of my car hard enough, so when I started driving quickly, like once I got up to speeds about like 50 to 60 miles per hour, I started noticing that the hood of my car was coming up. Anyway, so as I was saying, once I started getting up to highway speeds, I noticed that the front of my car was like lifting up, so I stopped. I like pushed it back down. I thought it was okay, started going again, and it happened again. So at that point I was kind of freaking out, because at that point, even if I went 50 the entire way, there's just no way I could make it back to like my house. I mean, it's a pretty long drive, so I was freaking out. I called my mom and she didn't really know what was going on, and she tried to get in touch with my dad and my uncle, and neither of them were available. So I drove back. Like I was already probably like half an hour out at this point, and I drove back. Anyway, yeah, so I drove back and I traded cars with her. So that hopefully kind of solved everything. I'll just put the little payday down here. I should stop. This is also Pumpkin Paper Co. Like any of these little girls, she has her little Terra characters, and then this one is Planning World. And I just put a half box down to mark like lunch and stuff with like that. But yeah, so I traded cars with my mom. So now I'm driving my parents' car, and mine is just back home until my dad can take a look at it. But that was a debacle. That was not at all fun. I'm wondering if maybe I want to use one of these. I had pulled out my little Planning World icons, so I got some of these icons when she did like a limited edition release, I think for her shop anniversary, and she offered your choice of picking like one particular icon, and I'm kind of tempted just to use this with the page flag actually, because I think I don't want to overdo it on the foil. Like I love foil. I think most people love foil, but I'm also trying not to overdo it. So I'm going to do a little page flag with it. So that was Monday more or less. And then Tuesday, so the rest of the week I actually work evenings, and that's part of the reason why I'm not super productive. Like I am not a morning person at all. Let's see what I want to use to mark work here. Okay, so for my work schedule, I'm going to use these Little Miss Papery little things. I like her little things for work, especially because they are a little bit thicker. And then I want to mark them. Do I maybe just do them at the bottom? I may as well just do them at the bottom, since that's basically, if I work evenings, I'm at work from 3 to 11:30 every night. So we'll just put them at the very bottom. That leaves a lot of room in the rest of the day, which is making me kind of nervous because, like I said, I am not very productive at all when I do evening shifts. I am not a morning person, so given half the chance, I will sleep in. And that combined with the fact that I get home so late and it takes me so long to like decompress and relax enough to get to sleep after work. I mean, I usually don't go to bed until probably like 2 or 3 on these nights. Which, to be fair, I think most of the time I don't go to bed until probably 2 o'clock, like 1 or 2 maybe on most nights. But if I'm forced to be up for work early in the morning, that's kind of a different story. Just chug some coffee and get going. If I know I don't have to be anywhere, then I won't, and I will sleep in and spend like half the day sleeping in. Okay, kitty, kitty. No, no, Cheddar, no. You don't, ow, no. That is bad kitty manners. Bad manners, okay? You do not get to be here. Oh, don't you purr at me. You do not get to be here. So that is little Cheddar. I am sure he will make plenty of appearances and videos because he likes to get in the middle of things and he likes to have my attention. And he is stealing my stickers. Look at that. That's not supposed to happen. So, Cheddar, you don't get to be here. No, no, you cannot fall asleep here. No, no. You cannot fall asleep here. What is wrong with you? Okay. Yes, you stay back there. So that is my work schedule for the week. And that's kind of the main thing. Monday and Tuesday have been super boring, to be honest. I did not get much done. Or actually, I should say Tuesday and Wednesday were super boring. I did not get much done. So let me see what I can even fill in at this point. I might just, This is like a lot of empty space that I'm gonna have to fill in. I guess I can still use the checklist. And maybe we will do, so I'm gonna kind of alternate it. So just putting a piece of washi behind the header here. And I probably could have saved the washi for something else because honestly I don't like using headers in my spreads, but that's fine. I think that looks fine. I just didn't want to get in the habit of like doing, you know, if I do a header and then do the full box right underneath, I have to use another header, if that makes sense, because then otherwise this bar will be in the way and then it's just like a block of stickers. So that was basically what I was trying to avoid here. Let's see, we can do, let's do this full box and we'll do this more at the bottom here. We'll see, now that did fill up most of the day, so that wasn't so bad. And then I did have to make a couple phone calls that I've been putting off. I really hate calling people. Like, I don't know why, because it's not bad. And like, honestly, these phone calls lasted maybe, I wonder if this will fit. That's a lot of boxes all in one day though. Maybe, so this is an old Planning World sheet, her October icons. She no longer does the monthly icons, which I kind of like, mainly just because I like being able to get hold of her icons whenever I can. You know, maybe I'll leave that blank and I'll just put my little 2 calls up here. That's what I'll do. So I at least got 2 of the phone calls done. And I don't know what to fill that up with. I'll fill that up with something. And then Wednesday was also a very slow day. So we'll start with the full box and then we will do a heart checklist. Maybe like somewhere randomly in the middle. I have to space out this day a lot more. I'm really not good at this plan as you go style. I'm really not. I do best with structure. That's kind of just how it is. I wonder, maybe I don't want another full box for this day. It's just, the spread is starting to look very, very boxy. Also, I do apologize if you can hear construction going on. The area that I moved into is all new construction. So since I've moved in, they've built like 2 more houses. So they're still just finishing stuff up right now. What was I gonna do? Yes, let's do, I want to use one of these little sleep-in stickers that is from my newest addiction. And they are foiled, of course. Then I'm going to take the little sticker that my kitty accidentally picked up, but this is a sheet from Accessivy. These are gold foil stickers as well. And I'm just going to mark down that I had to get some coffee before work because that was not going to, I was not going to survive the night if I didn't pick up some coffee first. We'll start with the today sticker there, and I'm going to mark down just a few errands that I want to do first. And the first is to pick up a gift for someone. Since I'm kind of on a Accessivy kick here, I'm going to take one of her little foiled arrow stickers and use that to mark picking up a gift. And actually, I probably could have used a little present icon, but that's fine. Well, let's just do that. So I have to go downtown and pick that up, and then while I'm there, I'm going to pick up some takeout for myself for tonight. So let's see if I have a little food icon somewhere. So it's taking a little bit of rearranging to figure out which way is going to look the best, and I really need to find if there's any like little terrace stickers. I do have some little character stickers like the Once More with Love and Coffee Monsters Co. ones, but I think those are a little bit too cutesy for this spread, so I'm trying to avoid using those for now, but I do need to get some little terrace stickers or something that have little takeout boxes, because of course I do eat Chinese food quite a lot. For those that don't know, I am Chinese, so it's kind of funny, but I will still go and eat like the Chinese, like Americanized Chinese takeout. Okay, so it took a little while to figure out the best placement of everything, but I think I got it. I'm just using my little Sesame arrow to mark picking up a gift card for a friend of mine, and then I used a little Terra Girl to mark that. Let's see the best way to do this. But anyway, I use my little Terra Girl to mark that I'm picking up some takeout. I couldn't find any. I thought I had some with actual little takeout boxes, but I couldn't actually find any. So using that in the meantime, and then a little Caress Press sticker for my bill that's due, which I have to remember to pay before I leave today. And then what else? I did another little Sesame arrow as well as the planning time sticker that was part of the kit to mark that I am filming this haul, and then I put down a little mini heart checklist, just mainly because I didn't want to use another of the boxy like full heart checklists again, but also just to mark like a few little things I wanted to do that was, I guess, a little bit more planning related, so I can fill it out like filming and maybe taking some photos and whatnot down here. And then I'm just last but not least going to pick out a full box to use. So let's see what I did here. I think maybe I can use this one here. Oh, this might not fit. Ugh. Well, that's not fun. I thought that was gonna fit, but then I forgot that the Little Miss Papery little thing stickers are a bit larger. So let's see if I do this down here. Oh, I don't want it there though, just because the pumpkin is already down in the bottom washi. I guess I might switch these two just because the umbrella is down in the bottom washi on this side. So hopefully I can lift this sheet up without doing too much damage. And if you can't tell, the little raindrops are actually foiled, which I thought was a really pretty touch. So I'm just gonna do a quick little switch here. This is a lot of pink going on all at the very top, but that's all right. I think we'll survive. And then we'll do the umbrella one down here. And then I might have to lift up that Sesame arrow. You know what? I'll just make my own. We don't need a checklist. Or actually, I could probably cut it off, but that seems a little bit silly, I guess. Nope. I don't need to cram stuff in if it doesn't fit. So that'll be for today, and I think that's all planned out. And then Friday, I have an appointment first thing in the morning, so I want to use these Jackson Pepper appointment stickers. These were from a $2 Tuesday, but I believe she does still have them available in the shop if anyone is interested in them. Might have to put a little bit of washi down on top first, just because these are rounded corners. And she actually does have like these strips, which I don't know what these strips are meant for, but I am going to actually use these as kind of background for the appointment sticker. So I'm going to do that for the little hair appointment, and I am excited because I thought the girl that I really liked had left, but unfortunately she got in a car accident right before she was supposed to graduate, and so she stayed on for a few more months. So I wasn't going to get my hair colored again, but I do want to get my hair colored by her before she leaves, and I think after that I might give it a break. So for the past few years I've been getting balayage, and I do like it, but I just, because it's like fairly low upkeep, especially compared to most other types of hair coloring. So I do like it, but at the same time, I don't know, I was just kind of ready for a break from it. But I really, really like this girl, so I want to have her do my hair one more time before she graduates. And I do say graduates because so I go to a cosmetology school, I think. Like, I think they do all sorts of cosmetology. I'm pretty sure it's not just like a hair thing, but yeah, so I go to like one of those like cosmetology schools, and that's what I've been doing for years and years now. I pulled out a sheet and I'm looking for it. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing for years and years now, because I don't know, it seems like whenever I get my hair cut, it never really makes a difference how much money I spend on it, which is kind of ridiculous then, to spend a lot of money on my hair when you know, honestly, my hair comes out the same. I have pretty low maintenance hair to begin with, so I just have like long, black, straight hair. And basically, no matter where it went, whether it was like, you know, the really cheap places or the really expensive places, my haircuts always look the same. So that's why I started going to the cosmetology school, since it didn't really matter anyway. I may as well save some money. So this is a little sheet from Miss Adeline. I do love this sheet from her. I might need to pick some more up. Just don't want the scarf to be right next to the umbrella, so maybe we'll do the full boxes here, which kind of seems like an odd place for them, to be honest, but that's fine. Make it work. But anyway, so that's why I've been going to the cosmetology school for years, and it's been perfectly fine. I haven't had any like horrible mishaps. They are supervised, so whatever. My hair is basically pretty low maintenance anyway, and hair is not one of the things I like to spend money on. Like, I love to spend money like on clothes and shoes and bags, and I will spend any amount of money on a bag, to be honest, but hair is just, yeah, it's not my thing. So anyway, I'm excited for that tomorrow. I think I got one of her last appointments because I didn't find out she was there until 2 weeks ago, and so I like had to book an appointment last minute, and it had to work around my schedule, of course. Anyway, so that'll be tomorrow, and then let's see, maybe the rest of the day I will spend, it doesn't sound fun, but the rest of the day I might have to spend paying some bills. See, I wonder, do I need 5 of them? Now that I have a house, there's so many more bills. I feel like the number of bills I pay has like tripled, which is kind of ridiculous. And this little Terra sticker seems appropriate. I think it's the payday sticker, but this is basically how I feel about all the bills I'm having to pay. But I do like to just sit down and pay all of them at once so that I don't need to keep remembering all these, because of course they're all due on different dates. And I can probably call them and like have them make it so that it ends up being all on the same day, but whatever, I just pay them all the same day anyway. And I do maybe want to put some of them on auto pay, because that would make life a lot easier. And then I haven't decided what else to do tomorrow, so I'm gonna leave that part blank for now, but I do have a little bit of room to add in plans for tomorrow. And then a Saturday and a Sunday. I don't have much going on this weekend. I do work the weekend, so work 6 days in a row, and it's evening shifts again. And yeah, I don't actually have anything really planned for Saturday or Sunday. It's a little bit, I like to just plan like a day or two ahead of time. So how I usually do my planning, if I wasn't doing this sort of thing where I'm kind of back planning part of the week, normally I just set up my week as usual, and then I go in, let's see, maybe we will do the weekend banner. But yeah, so I'll set up my week as I usually do, with like all the basics, the checklist and the full boxes, and like all my set appointments and bills and all that, and then I just fill it in as I go throughout the week, and that works really well for me. I just hate putting in plans and then not actually having them go through. So that was kind of a good compromise. Let's see, we'll see. This weekend banner might blend in a little bit. I wish I had saved some of the pink. I like that much better, even though now there's some sticky residue there, but we'll put down the weekend banner, and I'm gonna do another full heart checklist here on a Sunday, because I think there's room for it. And I'm just gonna leave it without a header, because honestly I think checklists are kind of self-explanatory. And then I am going to do a little Terra girl that is taking out the trash, because since I was gone last weekend, I wasn't able to actually take out the trash because our trash days are on Monday, and I didn't come back until Monday night. So I desperately need to get that done, and then we'll have some room to grow. But I think that is all I'm going to do for this week. So I'll zoom you guys out for a look at the weekend full. Oh, and I did not do the sidebar. Well, I'll put this last full box down. I don't know that there's much of a point in doing anything with the sidebar since the week is like almost over, but I will at least put the Hello Fall down. And then I might end up changing it up later on, but we'll do that. So that is how my week is turning out, and I have to get going now, so I don't actually have time to fill it out on camera, but I did use up all the full boxes in the kit. I used up most of like this sheet. I have a couple little washi strips left, the weekly checklist, and then I've got some headers. I still have a lot of full heart checklists, and then quite a bit of the functional sheet left. So overall, I think this kit gets you pretty far, to be honest, especially if you're not one to like do white space. You definitely couldn't do like a no white space spread, but honestly, I don't really see anyone doing those anymore. So yeah, I love how this turned out. I think the clip art that she chose and the way she put it together is gorgeous. So I am excited to come back from work and fill this out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.